Hey, it's Mike Hambright from FlipNerd.com, and we have a quick expert tip to share with you from Jordan Fisher, who's going to talk about the importance of focusing on the sales side of your transaction. A lot of us focus on the buy side, and when it's time to sell it, we just hand it off to somebody else. But Jordan's going to tell us why that's all wrong. This expert tip is sponsored by RealtyMogul.com, B2R Finance, and VirtualStaffNow.com.
Yeah, in order to keep you want leverage in your transactions, right? When you have leverage, you're reducing the time it takes to sell. You're selling it the way you want. I would say you want to be on the top of the seesaw all the time from when you start rehabbing the house to when you sell it. And I think a lot of people, I don't think they take that into consideration. One of the things that they should do, number one, is deliver a quality product, right? Make sure that when you rehab a house, you do it right. You don't leave things off because you're running out of money. You don't leave things off because you just don't want to do them, or you think, I'll wait for a buyer to ask for them. You do the house and deliver a quality product that you know will sell well and sell quickly. Number two, when you sell a house, just make sure that you underestimate, right? You underestimate what you think it's going to sell for. That way you'll be like overexcited when it sells for more than you estimate it, rather than the other way around when you just be stressed out. So make sure that you list a property really low. I always say list it low because, to be honest, if you're selling it to a retail buyer, they typically will not buy a house until they step foot in the house. If you take that as a big picture, just forget everything else about real estate. They will not buy it until they step a foot inside the house. You've got to get buyers to your house as soon as humanly possible. And if you have a quality product, they're going to love the house, especially if it's at a low price. So put a low price out. That's like a big sign that says, it's like having a big sign when you have a low price. Have everyone come to the house now, look at the house, love the house, make offers, and then you have something to work with to get them to bid up, right? That's number two, really important. Keep leverage. Don't forget that when you sell a property too, how you sell it, again, is just so important that you don't leave money on the table and you're able to sell it quickly. And able to keep that leverage, right? You got to make sure that buyers are, number one, they're excited about the house, and number two, you're always at the top of the seesaw. I think a lot of people, what happens is, investors think, okay, someone made an offer for $150,000 down here. I want $170,000. So I'm going to counter $170,000. And what happens if the buyer comes up and says, okay, $170,000. An investor shakes hands and they say, hey, I got what I wanted. I got a buyer. Fantastic. Your seesaw, do you see what happened? It came down like this because you both agreed, and now we're on a level playing field. Now the buyer has a bat to beat you over the head with during inspections and everything else because they got the house they want and it's fair. You got to keep it up here where you have leverage. You can control the transaction all the way through the escrow period until it's confirmed recording. And the way to do that really is just really think about, in every decision I make in selling this house, every decision I make, did I put leverage in play? Did I create it in my favor, leverage, where I have like more control and more power and more knowledge about the transaction than the other party? It doesn't mean that it isn't fair. It just means that you have an upper hand, and keep that upper hand, that stronghold, so you don't get beat up in a transaction, have a buyer waste your time or cost you money. So just think about that next time you're selling a house. Yes, the buy side's important, but there's so much money and so many errors made on the sell side. People just don't focus on it. They just turn it over to the realtor and think, well, realtors just do what they do. No, as an investor, take control of that process. Work with your realtor. Make sure they understand how to sell houses the right way, quickly, maintaining leverage all the way through, and you'll make a lot more money.
We'd like to thank Colony American Finance, National Real Estate Insurance Group, and Mid-Atlantic IRA. Please note, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this program do not necessarily reflect those of FlipNerd.com or any of its partners, advertisers, or affiliates. Please consult professionals before making any investment or tax decisions, as real estate investing can be risky.